Telenovela del número 2 is coming. Wes, hi everybody and welcome to another video. I have found myself in a very, very tough situation, my dear friends. There is a huge dilemma I have to deal with. Please do look at the screen. Now, apparently, according to the latest scoop by Fellowship of Fans, the prime and chief source of information for all your Rings of Prime news, the work on The Lord of the Rings of Prime Season 2 is almost complete, with a couple of months of post-production left. This reminds me of when you are working on a shit project that you know is useless and good for nothing, but the boss is still telling you to finish it. However, if you've been following my channel for quite some time, you know who I am. My dear friends, you know that not only am I a tremendous fantasy aficionado, and Tolkien especially, I also kind of do, from time to time, as a part-time job, aside from my regular day job, work for this publisher and that publisher, and I edit encyclopedias and books on Tolkien in my country. I contribute to these encyclopedias. My own creations, my own poetry collections have been hugely inspired, not only by Old English literature, but also by Tolkien and, the likes of him. And so I have got a very warm relationship with the works of Professor Tolkien. And then, of course, and obviously, when The Rings of Power came out, what did you expect? Did you expect me to like it? No. So I dedicated a huge part of my channel to criticizing The Rings of Power, to bringing, it to the attention of people, not to watch it, not to support it, and quite obviously, pointing out what they did wrong. However, the more of Rings of Power got released, the more I realized, it's really not that worth my time covering, more and more of it. Not really worth my time covering Season 2 and then Season 3. And then is my prediction that it'll get cancelled after Season 3. But we shall see if I'm right or wrong. I think I'm right. Because it is at this point, it's the 15th of April 2024. At this point, it is obvious to everybody in the world, on the planet Earth, that this is nothing. This is a leech that is using this precious name. This is only milking that very name in an attempt to make money. And they are failing, of course, because there is a lot of people, the majority of audience, not only Tolkien fans and fantasy aficionados, but also the normies. I have spoken with many normies that have never, ever read any of Tolkien's books, that might have only seen Peter Jackson's trilogy, and they absolutely detest The Rings of Power. My sister, she's only ever seen Peter Jackson's films. She absolutely hates it. She couldn't go through the first episode. And so, the attention of my channel has been shifting lately, from covering all sorts of pop culture news to making videos I want to make, which is like everything. I jump from here to there. I do action figure reviews. I do book reviews and short story reviews. I have just random rants and rambles about other influencers that, I think are all just grifters and money milkers and clickbaiters and click chasers. So I do everything. And precisely because I am an honest man and I am a man of integrity and I criticize everybody and I criticize everything, I don't want to become, and I will never become, one of these people that have a YouTube channel who are chasing clicks and likes. Yes, I made a lot of videos about the Rings of Power because I had some things to say. I had many things to say. But I think that the well has been depleted. Because what else can they do than mess it up? Yes, they will mess it up in different ways. From what I've heard, they are going to include Tom Bombadil, apparently, in season 2. There are going to be Istari. And I don't think it's going to be the blue ones. And Celeborn is going to be there. And what do you think they're going to do with Celeborn? Do you think that suddenly they're going to turn around and do the source material justice? Do you think that suddenly they're going to do more than take a name here and there from the appendices to The Lord of the Rings and build a crap castle around those names? But then again, there's the other side. I do love my audience. I do love my friends on the internet. And of course, the same thing that has been happening to all the YouTubers, all the people with YouTube channels out there in the last couple of months has been happening to my channel. The decline in view count, the decline in subscriber count. But unlike many of the others, many of the big YouTubers, this is not my living. I do this as a hobby, so I don't really care. I mean, as long as the 12 people who actually watch all my videos and that I'm in contact with on social media and that are actually my internet quote-unquote friends, as long as they are in contact with me, as long as they are watching me, I will keep making videos for you, my friends, you know. And there have been people telling me in the comments in my videos and also sending me messages on social media to cover the second season of The Rings of Power. I mean, I am close to a contrarian. I usually have takes that are very much different from the takes of the majority. And so, under my videos, there are, like, all sorts of comments, people saying, like, oh, I agree, and then I disagree, and it's like 50-50. But the general consensus has been that, I should cover The Rings of Power, Season 2. And I suppose that because I love you so much, my friends, I will have to go through the hours of suffering, of course, once again, not paying for Amazon Prime, watching the episodes on 1.5 speed. I will do it for you. But I need you to know that I am making a huge sacrifice here. And I am really only doing it for you because at this point of time, it's not worth the clicks and likes. It's really not worth it. The suffering, the purgatory I will be exposed to shall not be worth the clicks and likes, but it will be worth making you laugh and making you happy. So that's why I am going to cover the pile of donkey manure that is The Rings of Prime Season 2. Alright then, let me know in the comments down below what you think, and that'll be all. Thank you very much for watching, and namaste.